What's up, guys? Welcome back to the one, the only Day by Day with Dezi and Mark.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Dezi. And today, guys, as you can see, it's our See Ya Season 2 episode. This is our last episode of Season 2 that we are doing for this one. And boy, is it going to be a special one as we take a stroll down memory lane.
It's a very crazy memory lane. It's hard to believe that we've been doing this for almost a year now.
Has it? Honestly, I think it's been longer than a year. From the start, when this started, isn't it?
I was looking at it the other day when the first time, if we count, when we look at the first episode went up in October.
October of what year?
Of last year.
So 2019.
Yeah.
Damn.
The very beginning. Because remember,
almost a year of Day by Day.
I got ready for tour at the end of October.
Damn. Well, there you have it, guys. 2 seasons and 1 year. Can you imagine?
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, I think it's pretty crazy that how far we've come since, honestly, our first episode. Even the conception of this idea.
God. Yeah, actually, I'll never remember what the conception was. Honestly, it was. I think we just had. I'm pretty sure I just had all the computers laying around. And I was just like, you know what? What if me and Dezi just did a podcast?
Yeah, it was leading up to it. This is like I said, guys. This is our last episode of season 2. There is a season 3 coming. Hold the applause. I'm kidding.
We're not abandoning you
We're
guys.
not leaving you guys yet. It's not that easy.
We just got other stuff in the works that we need to take care of. You know, Dezi has to move his hermit crab, what's it called? Back.
Yes, I am moving into a new house, so
just
I will be back.
Things.
But yeah, so you'll have basically point of saying that is you'll have a new little location for Day by Day.
Bro.
We'll see it soon, so we can't wait.
Dezi, I'm gonna sound dumb as fuck, but what the fuck is a hermit crab have on its back?
A shell. A seashell.
I couldn't remember that to save my life.
Hermit crabs have seashells, and they actually shed their seashells, tongue twister, and they get new shells. Yeah. So fun fact about hermit crabs for those that wanted to know.
And there you go. And Dezi is shedding his shell.
Yeah.
Soon.
So, yep. And so with that said, Day by Day, season 2 going on to season 3. What are some things, Mark, that people can expect to see on season 3, man?
Definitely, we're gonna keep doing the 2 camera thing, which has been pretty nice.
We definitely are gonna have angles for
when we have our guests and stuff. Who knows? I mean, we might even have a small little camera guy back there so that we can get actual pans and shit like that.
Yeah, we might hire
different angles and shit.
Hire a grip or 2, have around the set for sure.
Yeah, definitely new branding because we tried to rebrand this season and it was nice. I liked our brand, doing the whole table and all that stuff.
Well, we try to switch it up every keep you guys on your toes. So there's gonna be always something a little different, I think, with each season, naturally or intentionally. We some of the cool things that I think were so cool about this season were the guests. We had a lot of really close people on to us too.
Really good guests. Actually, let's go through that list. We had Herb to kick it off.
I think you're gonna have to pull up the order, man. Can you? How many?
I think I can name them off, all of them.
What episode number is this?
This is 11.
So 11. Can you do that in order? Okay, let's hear it. So who was our first guest on season 2?
I know it was Herb, and then it was I can't.
Yeah,
I can tell you all the guests. I just can't tell you in order. I know it was Herb. It was Raph, Carly twice actually.
Carly and Wolfie.
And Wolfie was on.
Yeah.
And then Kendall, Nate. Oh, I always forget about Nate. That was a really good.
That was a great episode. We love you, Nate. Mwah.
Yeah, that was a great episode.
We've had quite a good amount of people on this season. Our first one we had 2, but I'd say almost every episode had a guest. So
yeah, no,
it was cool to hang out with you guys.
That was 8 episodes where we had guests out of 11.
Yeah,
because we did 2. We did one where we were. There was one where we talked about you had just done a lot of stuff and I forgot what we were talking about, but yeah, there's one where we got everybody caught up on us, and then there was another one where we played movie trivia.
Yeah. And then you guys got to see how that went.
And then this one, so yeah, that's only 3 episodes where it's just us.
Yeah, true. Well, I'm excited for season 3. Regardless of that, I think what's crazy, and everybody listening right now, the craziest thing about this podcast right now is honestly 2020 has been a crazy ass year to live through. So looking back, even at season 1 compared to season 2, where the world was at is vastly different now.
Oh, yeah, man. And, I mean, even when we started season 2, that was literally right there at the start of COVID.
Yeah.
If we're being real.
Day by day, season 2 started at the beginning of COVID.
Like, hold on, I'm looking at our videos now. Let's see here. Wow, yeah, it literally was 3 months ago with Herb. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in with us through all this.
You guys have ridden out the quarantine with us, high key.
Yeah, and I hope you guys have been safe out there too, and happy and well as you can be,
Yeah, for sure. And we're definitely grateful for everybody that's listened to us. It's kind of hard to remember that this is for it's for us. Of course, we enjoy doing this every week, but we also sometimes not forget, but we always it's always like, wow, like there are people out there listening and enjoying it. I mean, Dezi, people in his life all the time be like, yo, man, saw your podcast this week. Dope thing,
Yeah, I'll text Mark and be like, you'll never guess who said they watched the podcast.
Yeah, it's super crazy.
Some people I know, and then some people like, I'll meet some people and they'll be like, I remember one scenario, it was like a friend of a friend type of deal. It was like, they were like, oh, the podcast guy. And I was like, hey, the podcast guy. I'm like, that's a nice ring to it.
The podcast anchor. There you go.
Yeah. But we love doing the podcast. And honestly, it's hilarious if you go back and look at, if you're listening to this, check this part out. Go back to our old thumbnails and check it out to what we look like now.
Let's just go back to the first episode.
We can clown ourselves a little bit, but it's funny. Those thumbnails were pretty funny to me.
I mean, yeah, because in my original mind,
cracked me up when I saw it.
In my original mind, like the little heads and like just the big text. Honestly, if I'm being real, I was kind of copying H3 a little bit. But I was just like, because we were having fun, and I was like, we don't need to take ourselves too seriously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's I think have been a good part about this too. Has been like, we do take it pretty seriously. We've honestly, we do have our moments when it is very serious, but we also have our moments where it's, very kind of just rejuvenating, I'd say. Maybe Mark feels differently, but it is, we like hanging out with our friends,
Exactly.
We love talking to people. And I think for season 3, what's really exciting and the reason you should be listening to our podcast is we're trying to really, we like to talk to people that have a social footprint, in their community. And it's really cool watching this and, looking back at even the first season, seeing the people that, have been on, and they're cool people,
Exactly.
And it's cool to see who's in your community, guys, and to see who your neighbors are.
And to see all their stories and stuff. Because, we've had a few people tell us, yo, I want to be on the it's kind of cool to be, the person, that's getting asked questions. Because a lot of people we know, they're very creative and they're behind the camera or they're behind the board, whatever it might be. They're constantly kind of in art, they just kind of do behind the scenes stuff. And so even with Raph, when we were talking to him and getting
Raph,
very
great episode. Yeah.
Great episode. Great guy. We were talking all about the camera stuff. And, I definitely felt like it was kind of yo, I think he's enjoying this because we're asking questions that not a lot of people probably ask him all the time.
Well, the thing is honestly, I do believe Raph gets a lot of questions asked about stuff like that because he's a pretty resourceful little guy. He is a whiz of knowledge, but yeah, I think everybody deserves somebody to ask about them.
Exactly.
A little bit in life, especially during these times. It's very isolated times. You're doing the right thing. Honestly, you're being quote unquote, doing the right thing, if you're living isolated, it's weird to say that because it's I'm telling you, COVID has been crazy this year.
But it has been good. I mean, we probably wouldn't have been able to get we would have been able to get the guests, but we probably wouldn't have been able to get the schedule as perfectly as we wanted it if COVID had not been a thing.
Well, I mean,
you know what I mean?
Regardless of scheduling, people, we've had to take extra precautions in all forms of life. You gotta be careful who you're hanging out with and stuff like that. And mindful is the right word. I think
exactly.
Mindful living right now in life.
Exactly. Yeah, but luckily for us, COVID with the podcast and everything has been very, very nice. And It's good to be able to talk with our friends. At the end of the day, that's basically what the podcast was. It was just like, you know what? Me and Dezi have some pretty interesting conversations. What if we just recorded them?
Interesting lives lead to interesting conversations, to say the least.
Like, what are we like? We're talking about some cool stuff. Why not just throw it up on YouTube and Spotify and see if other people resonate with it?
Yes, the ones that are listening get the full, what is it, 411 on us, I guess you want to call it that. I'm kidding.
You get our takes.
But yeah, it's interesting doing the podcast too nowadays, because like, you know, we look at how much we've changed throughout the podcast too,
Lord,
and you know, changes, you know, ever coming. So
a lot
too,
changes in a year, man, you know?
Yeah.
It still blows my mind that some of the memes and some of the stuff, like news that we had happen this year happened this year.
Yeah, for real.
Even the Kobe Bryant thing, like rest his soul, like
rest in peace.
That still feels, that was in February, and that feels like ages ago, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's sad, and you know, I don't know what's up with 2020, but you know, I'm looking at the positives in life, guys. Kind of, you know, if you're listening to this, listen to the positives. You know, life is, you know, crazy, but it's when you're uncomfortable is when you grow the most, you know? And I think COVID has definitely made a lot of people, you know, grow
and
a lot. Definitely, you know, get on their stuff, you know, and so there's good in every, you know, strife of bad, but you know, rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, you know, also
always.
Rest in peace to the Black Panther.
R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, real. That news blew me away when I heard that. We found that out after we taped Reagan's podcast. Yeah,
that was crazy.
Mark read it online, and we were hanging out.
I thought it was fake.
Man, I wish it was fake, dude. That really rocked me. I was like, you really like it. It's crazy because what rocked me so much is what happened. You know, he seemed so well. Seemed like, you know, he was doing well in all facets, but you know, you never truly know what somebody's going through. I had
seen the pictures of him getting like he was like skinnier and stuff like that.
I hadn't even seen that, to be honest.
I mean, like, because I think 50 Cent had done the exact same thing when he was gearing up to play a role, and I remember seeing on that caption of that picture or whatever, like the reporter or whoever took it was saying like, oh, Chadwick Boseman looks really skinny, frail, but it's for a role or something like that. Like they were speculating it was for a role, but in reality he was fighting cancer.
Fuck cancer. Very sad.
But yeah, so I guess to lighten up the mood, we're gonna take a couple looks at some of our old clips. Shall we start with the very first episode?
Nah, let's go. Let's do.
I just want to see the setup, bro.
Oh man.
Like, look at the setup, man. Oh my god, the dark ass room.
Your guest bedroom.
Bro, what the fuck? Bro, there wasn't even posters up yet.
Wow.
What?
For those of you listening, we're looking at basically our first ever podcast. Yeah, and for the ones listening and watching, our look has vastly changed. We started off for a little bit of tea. When we first started off this idea, it was, I don't remember when the idea was conceived, but our first episode you said was in October. So
October 27th.
This was an idea, and literally to put it to test, we started doing test recordings in Mark's guest bedroom in his apartment. And
my old mic.
Yeah, it's so crazy. My hair was long for one. And yeah, we're in Mark's guest bedroom for those of you that can see, those of you listening. And yeah, this is quite a change for those. Now we're currently in my new house, and yeah, we film it at my spot.
Weren't you in your house at this point?
Yeah, I was, but we weren't filming it at my house yet.
Yeah.
Upgraded the technology to be able to do so.
Wow, this is crazy. Yo, this is wild.
Yeah.
My God, Wolfie called us on this one.
Yeah, Wolfie called us on that first episode. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy to watch because, like, yeah, if you can't see, like, so at the time, that little room, Marco wasn't living in there yet. Yeah. So it was just a straight up guest bedroom. And at some point, me and my ex had put up like a bunch of posters on the wall to make like a little music poster like wall or whatever. That hadn't even been put up yet. So this is how I know it's like, that feels forever ago, but that was only like a year and some change ago. That's crazy.
Yeah, we've come a long way.
All right, let's see. Let's look at another.
That was what, season 1, episode 1.
That was literally season 1, episode 1.
What? How about go to the Aaron podcast? That's a good halfway mark through season 1. This is our friend Aaron on the podcast.
Look at
wow,
Desi
the room had posters.
World.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I just want to see when the posters came in. So let's see here. With the Mills one. Okay, yeah. So it was literally like a little bit later that we put it in. But yeah, wow, dude. Look at that. Look, we had 2 laptops.
Yeah, wow. The setup has changed vastly. Now there's no laptop in sight.
Look how white my Birks were before they went on tour and got destroyed.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
This is wild to look at. I was look at me. I'm like in a hole. You can't even see me really.
Interesting.
Wow,
well, for the people that can't see this,
yeah.
Mark, what have been some of your favorite moments from this? Honestly, from the beginning to end, but more importantly, season 2. What are some of the best day by day moments we've had?
Oh, day by day moments in season 2.
For those of the people that aren't watching this, maybe listening on Spotify, yeah, you can check it out on YouTube. But without the video, what is some of the best day by day moments you've had?
I definitely think that the water thing with Carly was probably one of my favorite moments.
Finding out about water.
Yeah, that was really fun just because like you were right. Carly was like kind of like one of the best people to do that with. Just because like, she's fun and like we all have an affinity for water. We all like water.
Dude, water is essential to your everyday life.
Exactly. Bro, no, there really are people who don't like water though.
No, I know.
It blows my mind. But like, yeah, like there are people out there that like, that are pretty healthy. I mean, you even to a point, you were drinking a lot of soda at like some points when I know you.
Correction. I only was drinking a lot of Coke.
Sorry, Coca-Cola.
Yeah, I don't really drink soda other than Coke. Like I'm never jonesing for a soda other than Coca-Cola. But yeah, I still do
don't
love
get me
Coca-Cola,
wrong,
but
it didn't look like Desi drinks soda.
But I mean, I was drinking a lot of Coca-Cola, but water is very important to your daily routine. And there's been a lot of moments where I'm like, I'm feeling weird right now, and honestly, it is a lot of the time because I'm not drinking enough water. So.
Oh my God! Look, we had done the sideways one. Still.
Oh yeah,
it was still sideways.
What episode number was this? This is
2.
season 2, episode what?
This is episode 2.
Episode 2, season 2 with Carly. That was a great episode. That was a lot of fun too. Yeah, we changed the look. The way we used to have the table with the different angle of the camera now. So now it's horizontal.
We had the Jaguar in there too.
Yeah, it's all about changing. The thing is, for those listening, it's like whatever your craft is or whatever you're doing, it's always about, small alterations that make the big change in the end.
Look at the fucking table.
Oh my gosh.
So we're looking at the table from our very first episode this season.
Of season 2, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a mess, I will say that.
Yeah, man. You gotta pay attention to the details,
But in my defense, this was back when we had like still like 2 computers and we had to like run the Focusrites together.
Yeah.
And all that shit. It's like, what am I going to do? Just throw all the laptops on the ground and shit?
I mean, you hide it sometimes.
Where was I going to hide it though?
Oh, a simple Zoom could have fixed that.
But then, bro, when
there's a lot of things that could have, been fixed on that. But it shows growth, it's crazy. Yeah. Like I'm the type of person, for those of you that know me, what I'm saying? I'm the type of person that is all about neat and orderly. Yeah, I really love things that are neat and orderly. So to have a clean, presentable space, I think just always helps a person out.
Wow. Oh, look, it went to Netflix. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of liked this angle. The only problem was you could see the other places in the room or the house and stuff like that. And honestly, because it's wide angle and I'm on the edge right here, I look thick as hell.
You are thick as hell.
I look thick, but I looked thicker than I usually look right there. All right, so yeah, I will say probably my favorite segment we did was definitely with Carly, but I think my favorite episode, the one we did with Nate was pretty damn good.
That was definitely one of my favorite moments from season 2.
We played Incoherent with him, and me and him had just gotten done with a day at the beach. So we had a good day leading all the way up to that and everything.
The Nate episode will always forever be special. That was because Nate literally left
the next day.
Yeah, he moved down South Florida, and he was a good friend of ours, So it was really nice to be able to have that time with him.
And that was the first episode we threw the second camera angle in.
Yeah,
that was the very first episode.
Spice things up a little bit for you guys.
Yeah, and that was definitely one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, and Nate's always such a good guy. He's such an interesting man that he's always doing something cool. So Yeah, look at that. It's crazy.
Yo, my hair looks good that short. I might get that short back.
Yo,
short again.
Your hair had just grown out, was growing out from when you cut it over quarantine.
Okay, so no, yeah, because if you go back to the very first episode of this season, I was wearing a hat because my hair hadn't grown back out yet.
Yeah, I gave Mark a little haircut.
Yeah. I got literally a week into quarantine, and then I think I took the hat off on the second episode. But yeah, it was Gucci by then. The one with Lindsay was pretty good too, because this man busted out his guitar and was like, "All right, Lindsay, I'm gonna put it to the test. Let me ding."
Yeah, that was a fun episode. The thing is with that one, Lindsay was a really close homie to us, so we were we gotta do something. What would tickle Lindsay's peach? And we had honestly, we had nothing planned. This is really interesting for those of you listening. We had nothing. We had thought about things, but I just had a feeling. I always have this joke on where I'm like, we'll do it live,
Yeah,
totally out of context. I always say I think it's funny. I'm weird, I know.
I mean, and we got the use out of the
we did
the
it
guitar.
live.
We got the use out of the guitar. We never put the guitar the guitar
man.
before. So
literally, we went the whole podcast, and I was like, all right, it's time to put her out. Time to show her the surprise. And I just grabbed the guitar, and I was like, all right, Lindsay's the musician. Let's see how well she knows her chords. And that was a really fun moment. And, for the podcast, I think it was funny as fuck.
Oh my God.
Especially for Lindsay. So shout out to Lindsay. And she did very well, too.
She did. She went nuts.
Yeah.
And then, what about season 1? Did you have any favorites from then?
Oh, man. Season 1. What a fucking archive. Man, we really stepped up the game from season 1. Looking back, we had some. Oh, that's a cool one. Oh
yeah,
my God,
the lighting looks dope.
The lighting was kind of cool. We had the desk we would use. For those of you not watching, we're looking at what episode number?
This is episode 6. You sound crazy with Isaac of season 1.
Yeah, so season 1, episode 6. Yeah.
Yeah,
crazy.
If you guys can't see, so there's a bunch of little blue string lights that we usually have up, and then I turned the light that's I guess the main light in the room. I turned it red, and so it just looks really cool.
Yeah, that was a fun time doing it at Mark's apartment. A lot's changed since then, though.
Oh my God, yeah, a lot has changed. Jesus,
I tell you what,
look
dude,
at you.
I know. That was right after I did a little peep for Halloween.
That was.
Yeah. We've had so many, the thing is I think of looking back at our old episodes and stuff. There's so many stories behind each episode. You know what I'm saying? Even the night we're looking at right now, for those of you who aren't watching, but I remember, man, that was quite a night after we got done with the podcast. I remember jumping into a dryer at your house. And
wait, what?
Remember there's that video of me just running in, I tighten the tie, buckle up my collar, and I just run and jump into your dryer.
I don't remember that. Wait, what?
You were drunk, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
We both were.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think, what was the drunkest one I got? Oh my God, wait, before we talk about that, where is it at? Remember this one? The porch guy.
This is such a funny cryptic episode. Oh my God.
This was technically the last episode of last season. Because it goes...
Oh, what an iconic episode. Honestly, for anybody watching, whether or not you watch our podcast religiously or just checked it out, you need to check out Porchcast because it's pretty funny. That's about everything, how not to do the podcast.
We're out on the porch. The frame rate's crazy.
We don't know what the hell at this time.
No, it was
we
the
couldn't
old
figure out what was
computer.
happening with the camera.
It was the old computer. So
man.
for those of you who didn't know, we ran the old podcast on 2 computers.
Yeah, this is funny.
I had my brand new computer from Full Sail and an older Mac that I think my sister had given me. No, actually, it was my old Mac from my undergrad. So yeah, either way, 2 Macs, and one Mac was stronger than the other. So for some reason, my dumbass,
good old Porchcast.
I used the Mac that was weaker to record the video, and it couldn't necessarily keep up all the time. And so yeah, it would do that. It would get really choppy, and I'd be sitting there why is it getting choppy? It was fine just 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, man, it got to the point where I was like, oh, we can't be doing this anymore, man. What? It can't look like that. But it's iconic because if you really, guys, I'm telling you, will get a chuckle out of this. This is you fail many times before you succeed in life at anything you do. But check out Porchcast to see a great example of that. Then there's, of course,
the Couchcast. Because
Couchcast.
That's when I got a roommate. And
we shot another episode at Mark's apartment. We tried out a few different spots in your apartment throughout season 1.
We did.
This was kind of a funny one, though, if you look at this one, too. We did the personality test.
That was a really good one, though, because, I mean, I don't know. I like doing personality tests. They're fun.
Yeah, we've... like I said, vast improvements since then. Wow. Even, crazy to look back at now for those not looking.
I'm trying to find one where I got hammered.
I think about almost all of those you were hammered for.
Nah, not hammered. I'd have a sip or two. There was one I remember we shot. No, that was. I think it was this one actually.
This is
I'm pretty sure there's a bottle of Hennessy somewhere.
Episode 9 of season 1.
This is when you had first started doing your photography.
Oh yeah,
bit. You got back into it.
Got back into photography.
See, there's the bottle of Hennessy. There's the culprit, the little guy.
C'est la vie, Hennessy.
C'est la vie. But yeah, no. So yeah, basically, yeah. The gist of season 1 was we were kind of still, rough around the edges, but the idea was still there. We were just two guys having some conversations, and then if a friend joins, we got.
Yes, after season 1, we earned our legs a little bit. We season 1, I don't think we either of us saw how the potential in the podcast.
We really didn't.
That's kind of explanation of season 1. Season 1 was a lot of fun, but also a lot of learning.
A lot of learning, yeah.
For the better though, always. But I think I'm happy about season 2, and honestly, I've loved season 2 and the people we've had on. I've loved everybody that's come on,
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm super excited for season 3, though. Season 3 is going to be a lot of fun. And honestly, for those watching, you guys are going to love this. Real shit, you're going to love season 3. It's going to be a lot of good times and a lot of cool people and a lot of fun moments.
Yeah, I definitely, my plan is to really build up on season 3 and on day by day's name and everything like that. Because we've, this season we kind of figured out what our strong suit is, which, in actually making the show. Because when we used to do it, we just kind of talked for 45 an hour, you know what I mean? And we really didn't have segments and stuff. This season we introduced when we have a guest on, let's do something interesting.
Yeah, and the thing is the variable to anything successful that anything anybody does in life is time.
Exactly.
I think each episode has been, whether we did it, because there's been a couple times during season 2 where we skipped a week,
Yeah.
But we have really we've gotten it down to a point where season 3, this is our opening act for you, Yeah. And I think you guys are going to really enjoy what we have, though. I'm telling you, we have, already a few people cool lined up and good close homies to us. And I think you're really going to like to have or hear what they say.
Exactly.
Orlando is such a cool place. We both live in Winter Park, Orlando, you know what I'm saying? Central Florida area. And I tell you what, I've learned to really love Orlando as much, as crazy stuff happens in Florida, especially I know Florida kind of got a bad rep, during the COVID and stuff like that. And, rightfully so in places that it's earned. But, Florida's a great place. I'm from Chicago, but Florida has contributed a great amount to my life in this area, and meeting the people I've met, I've been ever so grateful for,
Yeah, no, same. I mean, every episode that we have somebody on, it's not just it's not like a random person. It's people that a
meaningful person in our lives.
That we literally hung out with. I mean, Herb, we've known him. I've known him for 5 years at this point.
I've known Herb since I was 16.
Exactly. Carly, we've known her for years.
It's crazy to think because we've gotten so we've grown a lot. It's crazy to think how long we've known our friends.
Exactly.
And it's a big small world at the end of the day, guys.
Exactly. And just and then the fact that all of them take the time out to come onto our podcast is just what makes us happy. Because they don't have to do that. It's not like we're big YouTubers or anything like that, but it does make us happy that they're oh dude, we want to be on your podcast.
At the end of the day, we're just happy to share a moment with somebody, especially somebody close and personal to us,
Type shit.
I'm telling you though, season 3, you guys are gonna really love what comes because we're having a new location, just new everything for you guys. And for everybody that's kind of been watching us, we're going to start posting a lot more on Instagram for you guys, and we have some funny stuff on there for you. So
look forward to another channel connected to the main one. So the main one will have like the full episodes, but we'll be cutting up, for smaller sequences for you guys to enjoy and share and stuff. So pay attention to that. We'll be more active on Facebook too, honestly. So
yeah, we're gonna take like a little hiatus, not even a hiatus. I hate that word because that sounds so extreme. But yeah, we will be back before season 3. We'll have a little bit of a break to give you a little rundown what's going on in my life. In that little interim time is during this time off, I've been writing some music. So I'll be recording and making some music in this little break that we have from doing day by day, and I'm super excited about that. And after a song comes a video, so it'll be exciting. And Mark, what are you up to in this next, little bit of time? Before
I'm going to be graduating college. So
yeah, college graduate over here.
I'm going to be graduating college.
2-time college graduate.
So yeah, I'll be doing that. And then, I'll basically just be keeping me busy up until we, get the new set like settled and the.
What date do you actually graduate? Do you know?
I don't fucking know, bro.
You don't know? Okay,
I'm just going day by day.
Day by day. There, you heard it first. But yeah, we are excited, honestly, for this little break. It's gonna come back harder than ever.
Hard. Oh shit.
And yeah, we're gonna really kill it out of the park this season for you guys in season 3. So
kill it out of the park.
You got a lot to look forward to.
Well, hell yeah. Well, if you guys have made it this far, we hope that you guys come along for the ride in season 3 also.
We will see you there. Be there or be square, guys. My name is Dezi Bennett.
I'm Mark. I'm not going to say my last name.
My name is Dezi Bennett. This is Mark and obscure last name. I'm kidding. We love you guys. Thank you guys for sticking with us from season 1 to season 2. This is a dear place in our hearts doing this podcast, and we are very grateful to have you with us to watch, listen, hear, all of the above, and feel.
See you season 2.
So this is see you season 2, and we'll see you later season 3.
We'll see you.